I'm here at the table of the National Writers Union, and we are here talking with, I'm sorry, I didn't see your name tag.
My name is Kristen Martin. I'm an author, I'm a cultural critic, and I'm a member of the National Writers Union, and in particular of the Freelance Solidarity Project, which is a division of the union.
Maybe.
Yeah. The union got started back in the 1980s. If you want to look over here, Toni Morrison
absolutely.
spoke at a convention on the founding of the union, and she said, we don't need any more writers as solitary heroes. We need a heroic writers movement, assertive, militant, and pugnacious. And she's really speaking to the idea that we shouldn't all think of one another of writing as we're in competition with one another, we're siloed individual people. We all face similar problems in this industry, and we should organize around those problems. And so that's what we do at the National Writers Union. We're an open shop, anyone can join who considers themselves to be a writer. We have a sliding scale dues, and we do organizing from members, noticing issues that they're having, and then moving from that. So we do organizing around rates, contracts, copyright issues, grievances that you might have with particular publications, making sure you're getting paid when you should be. We do legislative campaigning for issues that concern freelance writers. We have a rate sharing tool on our website where folks can provide information about where they've written for, how much they got paid for a particular piece, how long it took, if there was a kill fee, what the contract terms were, if they write for them again, all of that information. And that's actually open to the public. We do different events, panels on things like, breaking into book criticism, all of that kind of stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, have you seen certain issues kind of on the rise in recent years that maybe a few years ago weren't even on your radar, or at least barely on your radar?
Definitely generative AI.
Yeah.
And I would say that pretty much everyone who's come to the table at the conference, that's like the number one thing that everyone wants to talk about. And we're really thinking of it from a labor perspective from like two different ways. One is like writers' work being used without attribution, without copyright permission to train AI models. Like with the big Anthropic class action lawsuit, and then also thinking about it from the perspective of these technologies being used to displace writers' labor. So maybe you're losing out on contracts that you previously had, you're getting paid less, you're being offered fewer hours, that kind of thing. And we have principles for how we work with AI in our union, which is for union communications, etc., we don't use it. And then we have principles for what we want as writers.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I'm also in academia.
Yes.
And in just a very short period of time, we went both for two different institutions, but both institutions went from no AI ever to AI is okay for both faculty and students.
I bet,
and it's like, what is all this? And we kind of like I say, I teach online, and I feel like in the not too distant future, I'm going to be replaced by AI to grade papers, and my students are going to be using AI to write their papers. So it's just going to be the two computers talking back and forth to each other with no organic, entities whatsoever.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we're kind of sliding quickly into that kind of scenario?
I mean, what we're hoping to do is set up guardrails around these types of things and make red lines of things that we don't want to cross.
Yeah. The one university I teach for, they set up a special committee. They met for 6 months. They ended up publishing this long, almost unreadable set of policies and guidelines, but it all boiled down to that thing they say on alcohol ads, drink responsibly. So the bottom line was, use AI responsibly. Well, thank you for this 30-page, single-page report. Right, exactly. Yeah.
So it's definitely, and we have a generative AI working group within the union that's continually keeping up with what's going on and organizing around these issues.
Yeah.
And we definitely have lots of people in the union who teach. I used to adjunct, I'm not doing it right now, but I haven't been since the dawn of ChatGPT, so I'm sure it's such a different world now.
Right. Have you got quite a bit of traffic over here? A lot of people interested in your organization?
Definitely. Yeah, which is great. And we haven't presence at AWP in the past. It's been, I think, a number of years. So it's nice to be back, engaging, especially because I feel like at AWP sometimes we're not thinking as much from the labor perspective, but we're all workers too.
Right. Yeah.
Not just creatives. Creative work is labor.
Absolutely. So what's your website if people want to get a hold of you?
NWU.org.
Okay, well, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
All right, very good. All right, well, thank you for your
you.
time.